Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you guys back because it's been a while. I really wanted to take some personal time, and I also really wanted to think about where this channel was going and what type of videos I wanted to focus on. So over the last few weeks, there's been something I've been really thinking about, and I wanted to make a video on it because it's been so relevant in my everyday life. So real quick, I want you guys to think about, where are you right now? What are you doing? Are you watching this video and texting someone? Are you watching this video while you're doing your laundry? What are you planning on doing after you watch this video? I want you to think about all those things. And real quick, if you have no idea what you're doing next, if you are doing like 3 things at once as you're watching this video, you probably are suffering from ego depletion. Now, I had never heard of this before, but while I was listening to a nutrition podcast, you guys know I love my nutrition podcast, but while I was listening to a nutrition podcast, I heard them talking about this. And basically what ego depletion is a theory that states that willpower is limited mental energy that you can run out of. And the outcome of running out of willpower is you lose your self-control. And so as moms, we probably know we get so tired and we start getting frustrated with our kids, frustrated with our babies. I know personally for myself, when Aurelia is just crying all day and we're having a really rough day, I'm like, please, honey, please go to bed. I'm so exhausted right now. And at that point, I'm probably suffering from ego depletion. So I've been doing some research and learning a few things that have worked for myself as a mom to avoid that ego depletion so that I don't run out of willpower. It also states that willpower is kind of like an emotion. I never thought of willpower as an emotion, so it's an interesting take on it, and I think it's a great way to start looking at willpower, because as moms, we know we get tired and we have so many things on our plate. There's so much to do, especially if you're a working mom. So I want to go over the things that I've learned that have helped me to avoid ego depletion in my everyday life. Now, one of the first things I learned about ego depletion is that suppression makes things harder to resist. So interestingly enough, I've noticed that if I have something that I want to eat all day, for example, if I just baked a really good batch of chocolate chip cookies, so if I'm just trying to cut back on carbs because I want to be healthier, or I'm just worried about bloating, and I just see them all day and I try to suppress the urge to have a cookie, I know that in the middle of the night, I'm gonna go out there and eat like 10 of them. I don't know if you guys have been there, but that's totally my thing. So it's important to not suppress things, because you end up thinking about it all day and you end up using up all your willpower trying to avoid doing what you want to do. So it's important to remember that when you are suppressing an urge to do something, you are lowering the amount of willpower you have left for your day. Now, I think it's extremely important to remember that we can't do everything perfect all day. Sometimes we're going to have donuts in the house and we're going to eat 1 or 2. So leave room to not be perfect during the day, leave room to rest, leave room to eat sweets that you like or salty things, whatever you're into. They are a part of life and they are an important part of life. So the way I personally indulge in the things I want to indulge in while avoiding feeling guilty, because I do feel guilty. I know everyone's big on not having any mom guilt, but it's a thing that happens, at least for me. So I like to try to mix in my indulgences with things that I need to do anyways. For example, if I really want to take a break and listen to a podcast, I will do it while I'm folding laundry. Or if I'm cleaning a room, I will put on videos in the background so that I can watch them while I'm doing work. And I feel great because I'm getting something done, I'm being productive, and then I'm also enjoying something I really want to enjoy. Now, one thing that came up multiple times when I was doing research on this subject is to be cautious when you are hormonal, because you have less willpower in those times. So we've all heard the cliches about girls being on their period and losing their cool or going off on somebody, and that's because they literally are losing their self-control a lot quicker. I know I do. I know I have really bad road rage. That's one thing I am so bad about when I'm driving. I cannot stand drivers who I feel like do not know how to drive. I don't like being cut off. All that stuff, I am very likely to lose my cool while I am more hormonal, because I'm on my period, or maybe because I just had a baby. All these things are things to think about. So just know that during those times, it's important to be extra cautious, extra organized, and make sure you are aware of how much willpower you have left in you. If you feel yourself getting on edge, you might need to take a break and try to not suppress things, because that's going to lower your willpower levels a lot quicker. I think another thing that's really important that all kind of ties together with this is just to take care of our health overall as a whole. And by health, I mean mental, spiritual, physical, all of the above. It's not just one or the other. We really need to take care of our bodies, our gut health, and also our mental and spiritual health. Personally, I'm not a very spiritual person, but I do things that I feel like are spiritual for myself. And one of those things is to have a gratitude list. Another one of the things I've been doing recently is making manifestation lists. I've just been really big into trying to take control over my spiritual health, because I know it's important. Even though I don't really consider myself to be a very spiritual person, I've been trying to add things into my life to become more spiritually healthy, and so that I'm not lacking in any areas of health. The most important thing that I really want to express to you guys that's helped me take control of my willpower and keep it for a lot longer throughout the day is to have a set routine. Now, I don't think it needs to be super complicated, like minute by minute what you're doing every day, but just starting with small things every day. So maybe for 1 month, you want to focus on drinking a glass of water right when you wake up. That's one small thing you can incorporate into your routine. And then maybe the next month you add something else, like before bed, you always put the dishes away. Small things that you just slowly start adding in. You don't need to make a whole schedule and completely change your lifestyle overnight and have a set routine. I think it's just important to start focusing on small things that you can add in. And then after they become habit, then you can start adding other things. At least that's what I've done. I've slowly added in things. Every month or so, I'll add another healthy thing into my lifestyle so that it makes it a lot more manageable to be consistent with. I think morning routines are awesome and great. I think people are really eager in the mornings and so they want to set their morning routine, but I also want to mention that night routines can also be very beneficial because you're going to be set up for the next day. So before you go to bed, think about what you want to wake up to the next day. What do you want your day to look like? How can you better prepare yourself for the next day? Thinking ahead and staying ahead of yourself can be really beneficial to make sure you don't wake up exhausted and already overwhelmed. If you can get your house in the shape you want it to be in when you wake up, it'll really help your day the next day. Another thing that I am so bad about, but is something I am trying to work on, is getting my baby on a routine, because when I know what to expect from her, I know what I can expect from myself, and that makes things so much easier. So that's one thing I am in the midst of. I haven't been great about it, but I just want to mention that too, because it's something I'm striving for right now and working on right now. But in order to make a routine, it's really important to have goals for yourself. So set goals for your family, set goals for yourself and your health. Maybe it's in your skincare, maybe it's in your exercise, like whatever it is, have goals for yourself. My goals right now are to focus on school and making videos for you guys. Of course, it's to be a good mom, but think about your personal goals, think about your family goals. Knowing what you want out of life, knowing what you want out of your week, what you want out of your month or your year can really help you to set a routine, because then you know what you want to start incorporating into your routine to get to those goals. I would encourage all you guys to set a plan for yourself. Start incorporating small habits into each day and then start working towards those bigger goals you have. I think it's so important as moms that we don't get tired and exhausted. Our kids look at us to see how they should be acting, and so I think it's so important for me to take control of my health, to not lose my cool in public or even just in my own home. If I start getting stressed out in front of her, that teaches my daughter that that's how you react to things, and I don't want to be that person. I don't want to lose my cool. It's just really important to be mindful of these things and just stay on top of what I need to do so that I do not run out of willpower, I don't get exhausted, and I don't lose my self-control. Obviously, with all these things, it's totally okay to be expectant of change. It's totally okay to be prepared for change in our routine. As long as I'm actively adding in small things every day, I know I'm working towards such a bigger goal. And I know that having a daughter has really helped me change my perspective on things and made me want to try to be a better version of myself. I really want her to get the best out of her life, and I really want to model great things for my daughter. So as a new mom, I'm more tired than I ever was in my life, but I also think it's way more important to me now to take care of my health in all areas. Since I've learned about ego depletion, I've really tried to make sure that I don't run out of willpower, and I really hope that this helps some of you moms to do the same. If we can take control of our willpower and take control of our lives, we can do so much. So I just think it's so important to set a routine, to know what to expect, to not have to worry about running out of willpower because we're suppressing things all day long. If we know what to expect from ourselves, if we know what to expect from our babies, if we know what to expect from the day, it can make things a lot easier. And that's just what I've been working on this past month and a half-ish. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so happy that I had you here. And again, thank you so much for being patient with me as I took a little bit of time off of YouTube. I'm very happy to have you back, and I will see you guys next week with a new video. Be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you want to come back for more videos, and I will see you next week. Bye.